Hello friends, welcome to my stitching room. Today I thought I would try something different and do a little stitch with me video. I've been working on my stitching for about an hour and a half. I've been working on a Christmas gift. I'm trying to get ahead. I have a lot of people I like to give to during the holiday season, and I find that when I start early I enjoy the holidays so much more. It doesn't stress me out, and I look forward to giving those special gifts. So I'm not going to show you what I'm working on, but I thought it might be fun while I'm just stitching away, since I'm all caught up on my floss tube, that I would just kind of sit and visit with you guys. And if it goes well, there's not a lot of dead air time. Maybe I'll do another one. We'll see. We'll see how it goes. As I mentioned, I've been stitching for an hour and a half already this morning, and it's 9 a.m. about, and it's Monday, and the date, what's the date today? Today is Monday, the 27th of July. I don't know where July went. It's crazy. And everyone's home. My husband is in the other part of the house, probably on the computer or watching TV, having breakfast. And so you might hear a little background noise. And my son is home today. It's his day off. And he, I think, is currently asleep. So he probably will sleep through this whole stitching with me episode. But I think I'll just get back to my stitching. What I like to do is I like to go on my phone to the stopwatch, and I like to start my timer because I like to know how long I stitched for, and I record it in my little planner book. Right here by my chair I have my little basket of whips and everything fun. So anyway, I'll show that to you later. Okay, so let me go ahead and start my timer and get that going. And I guess I'll just get started. This is so different. I've never done this before. I've watched a few, but it's different when you're doing it. So I guess these will have probably a little bit more just getting to know me, because I'll be sharing more life events than just stitching progress. So that could make or break me. You might see how crazy I really am. Which we're all a little bit of crazy, right? Right. So if I start answering myself, does that make me more crazy? Oh dear, what do you do? So, yesterday was Sunday, and I have two little grandkids. My oldest grandson is Quade, and he is 3 years old. And then my granddaughter, Irie, is 8 months. And they are so much fun. They recently moved out. They used to live with me, and now they live just down the road. And I have to see them. Have to see them every other day. If I don't see them every other day, I just miss them so badly. I just can't even stand it. So yesterday I babysat. They came over. My husband watched the kids while my daughter and her husband had some things to do. And they spent all afternoon and evening with us. And they were so much fun. They, of course, kept us hopping. Oh my gosh. If it wasn't the 3-year-old, it was my little 8-month-old granddaughter, Irie. She was just crawling into everything. And because she is crawling on the floor, I swept and vacuumed and tried to make the house as clean as possible. But when they're 8 months old, they find things you don't even see. And so you have to really keep an eye on them, of course. And so that kept us really busy. My grandson's name is Quade, Quade. in case I am not pronouncing it very clear. And my granddaughter, Irie, is Irie. And they are the love of my life. I love them both so much. So my grandson, he's really into Halloween right now. He just wants to watch on YouTube all the Halloween cartoons, sing-along cartoons for kids. And you'd think he'd be kind of scared, but he loves them. He cannot get enough. And so he constantly is wanting to watch those when, so I kind of try to make him, play for a while and not have it on. So I'll turn on my show and I'll be like, it's Grandma's turn. And then after a while, I'll let him watch a few shows. And then we'll take him outside and come back in and let him watch a few shows. So he's so funny. It's like funny how overnight they can totally just learn and grow up so much. Like I saw him on Friday and literally, or was it Thursday? I saw him Thursday night and literally Sunday he's got a new thing he's doing. So as he's watching the YouTube and the show ends, he'll be like, I don't like this one. I don't like this one. And I'm like, oh, you don't like this one, huh? So then I'm trying to find the one he does like. And I don't like this one. I don't like this one. I was like, oh my heck. I don't know how I am going to find the one you like. Because he doesn't know how to tell you the names of them or anything yet. So you sit there and you're like, you go from one show to the next. You're like, how about this one? Do you like this one? I don't like this one. So we did that for a while. And then I just threw my scissors. It's dangerous around here. Good thing you're not stitching in live. Anyway, so then we took him outside in the evening when it finally cooled off because it's over 100 degrees here during the day. It's like probably 108. And so I can't do this and talk at the same time. It's over 108 degrees, so we really have to kind of wait till like early morning or later in the evening before you go outside because it's just unbearable. And so we took him outside for a little while in the backyard, let him play, and we have a little blow-up pool. It's probably about 12 feet long and probably like 5 feet wide and probably 3 or 4 feet deep. But it was empty because we drain it after we use it with them. And so they were having so much fun playing inside that blow-up pool with no water in it. And so that was good because it kind of kept them contained. It kept them contained in one spot of the yard. Anyway, so funny. Cracks me up. Do you guys thread your needle like this? You make a little loop over your needle and pinch it and then push the loop through the eye of the needle. It's the easiest. It's the easiest way I found to thread a needle. And I just learned that this year. All the years I've been sewing, I've never seen that done. So, anyway, just a little side note. So had a lot of fun with them yesterday. My son was kicking the soccer ball around, and my granddaughter thought that was the funniest thing ever. She just was laughing her little belly off. Every time he would kick it and make a weird noise, she would bust up. She was laughing so hard, and I thought she was going to run out of oxygen because she thought it was so funny. It's funny what little kids think is funny, you know? Just kind of makes life go back to the basics and keeps, life simple. So, gotta love that. As you can see, I do the sewing method where you just stay on top of the fabric and you don't use a hoop or a Q-snap. Nothing wrong with that method. I just didn't have Q-snaps or hoops, and so when I started stitching, I just watched a video on this and to keep costs down and not have to buy all that. And I just learned this method, and I really like it. I can't compare it to the other methods because I didn't ever really do them, so I'm not saying one's better than the other. This is the way I do it, and you know, whatever works for you, right? So, yeah. What else? I need to get my hair done. I have an appointment on Wednesday. I have 3 sisters and 1 brother, and my youngest sister her name is Carrie, and she's a hairdresser, and thank goodness for that. Every family needs to have a hairdresser, a mechanic, a doctor, and a dentist in their family. That would be nice. I don't have a doctor or a dentist in the family, so if you know anybody looking for family, I can adopt them. No, so I have a sister. She does hair. She's a hairdresser, and she is going to do my hair on Wednesday. So, really excited about that. Needs to get done. I'm turning gray by the minute, more gray by the minute. And then, so the sister that I have that cross stitches, her name is Christy, and she lives across town. And I'm the eldest of the girls, all the kids. I'm the oldest one. And then underneath me is my sister Christy, and she's the one that cross stitched, and she lives across town. And then her husband is our mechanic in the family. He works on jet skis and motorcycles and boats and ATVs and razors and all those fun things. He used to have a brick and mortar business, and now he just works on his own projects at home. And I think he does like rebuilds and then sells them and whatever, all that fun stuff. So he's my go-to man whenever I have minor car problems. And then, all right, gotta pause for a second, guys. I gotta figure out where I'm at. What my plan of attack is going to be. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Because I'm a new stitcher, you're gonna have to wait for these little pauses while I get back on track. Okay, 3, 6, 9. Okay, let me make sure. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I guess I don't have to count out loud, but as long as I don't start counting with my toes, we'll be okay. Using my fingers and toes to count. Okay. So, as I was saying, about my family, then the 3rd child is my sister Tara, and she lives about 10 minutes from me, and she does those beautiful lashes, those fake lashes that people glue on their eyelashes. She'll glue one eyelash to one of your eyelashes, and you get them filled and done every couple weeks like you do your fingernails, and they are amazing. I used to have them on, and it's so nice because you don't have to put any mascara on or anything like that. I used to have them on, but then I had allergies and I kind of started reacting to the glue, so I couldn't get them put on anymore. Talk about a bummer, because they are beautiful. I love them, and she's so talented. She that's like tedious, like taking one little eyelash and gluing it to your eyelash, and you don't realize how many eyelashes you have, you know. So it takes a while, but she's been doing that for a while, and she does a fabulous job. And then my baby sister, as I told you, her name is Carrie, and she also lives about 10 minutes from me. And her and my sister actually live in the same subdivision. Her and Tara actually live in the same subdivision, which works out perfectly because my nieces are almost the same age. And so they can kind of tag team, you know, taking the girls to different activities together. And then their daughters have each other to play with. I mean, how awesome is that to have a cousin that lives in your subdivision? So that's really fun. And then, interesting fact is my parents are actually also building a home in that same subdivision. And I got to sell them the house because I'm a realtor. So that would be nice to have my mom and dad just 10 minutes away from me. Currently, they live out in Payson, outside of Payson. And it's probably like a 3.5 hour drive, 3 hour drive to their house from here. So it's not too bad, but they're going to have a winter home here because they just hate being cooped up because it snows up north. They'll come down here and live in the winter months, and then they'll escape our hot summers and go up north when they can garden and be outside on their property. They'll go up north to their house. Kind of have the best of both worlds. And then my youngest sibling is my brother, Benjamin. And he's married and has, all my siblings are married with families. So he lives in about 20 minutes from here and has a beautiful family. And he works for PayPal. And I don't know exactly what he does, but I think he does like the firewall protection. I don't know, stuff like that. He tries to tell me what he does, but I don't get it. I don't understand all that technical stuff, all that computer stuff. I just know enough to get by. That's about it. I know how to use PayPal to buy things. I don't have a problem with that. Yeah, I have no problem using PayPal to check out my shopping cart full of stash and haul. Which is funny because if you watched my stitching room tour, you know that I love the stitching room location because it's at the front of the house, and this window here is the front yard, and then I have a window here to my right over my sewing machine, and that's the walkway to my front door, so I can see when haul's being delivered, so I can intercept it before my husband sees it. Which hopefully he won't watch this video and see that, but I think he already knows. We've been married since 1992. So how many years is that? Somebody's got to do the math. I can't do math stitch at the same time. I think it's like what? I don't know, 29 years or I don't know. I don't know how old I am, and I don't know how long I've been married. Anyway, when you've been married that long, they know. They know what you do. You think you're sneaky, but you're really not. And I got a knot, so, oh please, gotta work out this little knot. Do you guys all get knots? I get knots pretty regular. I don't know if I think I have stitching with too long a piece of thread. But I hate changing my thread so often. So, yeah. I forgot where I was on my story. So I was born and raised in Arizona, and we've lived a few other places. We've lived places like California, Utah, but we always end up coming back home. So this is where we live. This is our home. And I love it here. I love the heat. I might complain during the middle of summer a little bit, but I really do love it. I've tried living in places where it snows and I just can't get warm. And here I can get cool. I can cool off. So I do envy you guys with the seasons, though. That is fun. Here in the valley, we really don't experience the seasons. If we wanted to go drive a couple hours up north, we could. We could see fall and winter. But if you just stay here in the valley, it's definitely hot. And we don't have the seasons. We have two seasons. We have hot and we have not so hot. In the winter, I don't think I wore a coat last year. I think I just put on like a sweatshirt and jeans. And during the day, you don't need it. You can just wear a tank top. Or not a tank top, but a t-shirt. I got a text message. Let's see what's going on. Oh, just my daughter. My daughter and her children and her husband are late night people. They stay up so late. I don't know how they do it. I go to bed early and I wake up early. So, all right, I think I got the apron done, people. All right, let me change colors here. So, for those of you who might be new, I have 3 children. I had a daughter first, and she's the oldest, and then there's 5 years between her and my son. So my daughter's name is Gabrielle, and she's the oldest, and then I gotta find my floss. I didn't put it away. Then my 5 years after we had my daughter, I had my son. We had my son Hunter. Hunter is the oldest boy. And then 2 years after Hunter, we had Wyatt. And Wyatt is our youngest boy. And Hunter and Wyatt are not married. They're 20 and 22 years old. And then my daughter's 27. So I think I've been married only 27 years. 27, 20 years. See, I don't know how long I've been married. Anyway, and my youngest son moved out with some friends, and he lives just a few miles down the road. And then my daughter lives in an apartment with her husband and kids, just a few miles away. And then my middle child, my son Hunter, he lives here. He had moved out with some buddies, and then his friend got a girlfriend and all that. So then the 3 dudes sharing the house turned into his friend and the girlfriend. So my son moved back home. So he'll probably be moving out again in the near future. Who knows? Who knows how it goes? They move in and out. Your kids do when they leave. Seems to be. Which I don't mind. I don't mind them living here. And I understand if they want to have their own place. I think that's good for them. But I'm one of those parents that are like, get married. Bring your whole family. We'll all live together. I know some of you are probably shaking your head at me like I'm crazy. If you haven't figured that out yet, you're slow to the game. All right. So oh dear. So some jobs I've done in my lifetime, as you're getting to know me, I have worked many, many jobs. Maybe I should start recent and go backwards, might be easier. Currently I'm a realtor, and I've been a realtor since 2003, and I love it. I love finding people home, finding them their new homes. My motto or my slogan or my line is, let me find your gathering place. Let's find your gathering place. I really love it. I love buying a home is a happy time for people, and I have true enjoyment doing that. I feel like I get to know people well and quickly, and it's easy for me to kind of hone in on what it is you like, what it is you're looking for. And I feel like homes, they kind of speak to you, and I can walk into a home and just be like, nope, I could never live here. I mean, I'm sure everybody can, but I feel like I learned to do that for my client, which becomes my family, my friend, very easily. So I feel like I'm able to really help them find the perfect place. And so I've been doing that since 2003. I started when the market was low and kind of rode the wave up on our homes here in Arizona. And then in 2008, when the market crashed and all that horribleness happened, I kind of put my real estate on hold for a little while. I didn't like working with banks and short sales and all that nonsense and foreclosures, and I put my license kind of on hold for a little bit, and I became a flight attendant. And I worked as a flight attendant for 5 years, and then I transitioned from a flight attendant to flight attendant supervisor, and did that for another 4 years. And then I resigned from that when all the COVID stuff kind of hit. I had reactivated my license prior to that, my real estate license, and working in that industry was stressful, and I just decided that for my health and my family and my happiness, it was time to move on. So I do real estate and cross stitch, which I love. And so before real estate, I stayed home with my children, and I would help watch other people's kids while they went to work, so I could stay home and raise my kids. I thought that was really important. I know a lot of people are not lucky enough to be able to do that, and I understand that a lot of moms have to work, and I worked. I just did work from home. I would watch other kids and so on. I would have loved just to be a stay-at-home mom and not have to work, but in today's society, they make it really hard for you to be able to stay home, keep a parent home, and not have two incomes. It's really hard. So we struggled through those years. It wasn't easy, but we made it, and I did other little things, like independent consultant type stuff, and did whatever it took to get through it. Anyway, hang on here. Before that, I worked at the Phoenicians, a really ritzy Ritz resort here in Arizona, in room reservations. So I would answer the phone, take people's reservation, try to sell them high tea, afternoon tea reservations, and get their golf course reservations made, and just their spa treatments and reservations made, and all that good stuff. And then, what else? What other jobs have I done? I worked for a craft store, and I made, it was back in the day when toll painting was really popular. I did toll painting. I made wood crafts with toll painting on them for holidays, and I made wreaths and eucalyptus sprays that was back when mauve and blue were popular, and peach. And so I made eucalyptus sprays and wreaths and did toll painting and all kinds of fun stuff. And so I used to do piecework, and I would make all those things. I would line up assembly line and make 3 to 4 wreaths. So when we sold them on the wall, we could replace it. It was a really small craft shop. There was only 3 or 4 employees. The owner, a manager, myself, and then my sister worked there sometimes. My sister Christy. So that was a fun job. I like doing jobs where I could be creative and make things. It's nice. Then before that, the first job I ever had, I worked at Kentucky Fried Chicken. I was in high school. Oh dear. Actually, the first job I ever had was when I was 12. I used to babysit all the time for people at church. That's the first job I ever did. And I also helped clean a lady's house in our church. That was fun. And then I worked at, another time I worked at Circus in Las Vegas. I worked on the second level where they had all the kids' games, the family games, and so forth. I helped work the carnival games because I was under 21. And while I lived in Las Vegas, I think I was 20 when I worked there. I lived with my uncle, and I also worked at a car wash. And I liked working there the best because I would get tips every day, so I'd have instant money. You know, when you're single and on your own, you never can have enough cash. Okay. 6, 9. Gonna check my work here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 6. You should see some of the fancy cars that used to come to that car wash. I would be scared to drive them up into the. We hand washed. It was a hand wash car wash, so it was a lot of work. I also learned how to tint car windows there too. There was a guy who tinted windows, and when we were slow, I would go in and watch him tint windows, and he taught me how to tint car windows. He wasn't supposed to, but he secretly liked me, so I used that to my advantage. Not that I ever needed to tint a window. The things you do when you're young, right? So I'm stitching 2/2 on this coffee tea dyed 28 count Monaco. And I was just filling in so it was easier to talk, but now I'm kind of having to pay attention. It's a little more challenging. But I'll figure it out here in a second. So this week, besides getting my hair done, I'm going to, I need to focus some time on my bedroom. I want to go through my closet and clean out like all the clothes and things I don't wear anymore. Donate those. I'll go through them and see if there's anything I think my niece might like. She does clothing resale of name brand clothes on Poshmark, and I don't think I really have anything name brand, but I like to let her look through it first and see if there's anything she can resell, and then whatever she can't resell, I like to usually give it to my sister-in-laws, but I don't know if we'll be going over there anytime soon with all the nonsense going on. So we'll see. If it's really items I haven't worn very much, I might save it till I see them next. But otherwise, I might just donate it. Sorry, my voice keeps going in and out. I have allergies, so sometimes my voice will just wig out on me. Yeah, I'm just kind of like, I need to work on my room and just kind of clean out. But I find myself every day like, oh, I'll do it tomorrow. I want to stitch on this or I want to stitch on that. I want to get it done. So then another day goes by and I haven't done it. So yeah. I like to stitch left to right. So sometimes I'll flip my material upside down and so I can stitch left to right again. I really can stitch quicker, and it just is easier being right-handed, not having to try to double back over my the other way. It's hard. And then I find myself, I try to use every little bit of thread, and sometimes I'm like, gosh, why am I doing that to myself? Just get a new piece, You don't need to use it all the way down to a little nub. Although I find that I do that sometimes. I got these scissors at Walmart yesterday. I thought they were cute, and I don't really like them. They're really long, and I don't know. I don't care for them. They were just $5, so not a big deal, but I hope it's still recording. And I want to get up to go check it. So we'll see how it goes. Beginning of August is my son-in-law's birthday. And then the end of August is my husband's birthday. So look forward to those. Oh, in August. I'm excited and I'm nervous. I hope they don't cancel, but um, my local needlework shop is the Attic here in Mesa, and they're having summer school in August. And I've never been to a retreat or anything like that because I've only been stitching for maybe a year and a half or so. And because of COVID, they were sold out. They were full. And because of COVID, some people aren't going to be traveling. And so I was on a waiting list. I was able to get a spot to go to summer school. And oh my goodness, I really hope they have it. They're planning on doing social distancing in the room they have, and having like less people at a table and 6 feet apart and all that good stuff. I guess they're having local designers there. Oh my goodness, I want to meet them, and I just really, really, really want to go. So I'm hoping that they don't cancel. I'm sure they're going to have us wear a mask at times, depending on what's going on. So unless the governor and things get worse here, so far I think it's still a go. I think we're still going to have it. So that's the end of August. Really excited about that. And then one of my friend's birthday is also in August, and we're going to be doing a girls' surprise thing for her. And I can't tell you about it because she watches my videos. Hi, Kim. And so yeah, fun times. Have some fun stuff to look forward to. I hope you can't see the back of my fabric. It's probably a mess. But that's okay. That's about all I have planned for this summer. I don't really have anything planned because of dear old COVID. Really just putting a stop to all of our fun plans. I know there's a bunch of you who probably were going to go to retreats and stuff that were canceled this year. So, hoping that by the end of the year, we're kind of getting back to normal. Although they say maybe we won't because of the flu season. I really hope that's not the case. It's harder working on the smaller piece of fabric. It catches my floss. I like working on bigger pieces usually of fabric, so your floss doesn't get caught on the edge of the fabric on the corner. But then again, I'm working with the full length of floss, so I did it to myself, right? So I was going to make cross-stitch ornaments, Christmas ornaments for my grandkids. And I have always loved the felt ornament. Not ornaments. Did I say ornaments? I probably said ornaments. If I said ornaments, I meant stockings. I don't know what I said. I want to make stockings for my grandkids to leave at grandma's house to be hung up. And so I was going to do cross-stitch stockings, but I've changed my mind. I've always loved the felt, those felt stockings. And so I was going on so you're not going to believe what I just did. I was talking and stitching away, and my grandfather clock started ringing. It had been an hour, and I was like, that is long enough. So I wrapped it up. I got on my chair, went over, and in efforts to set up the video, I didn't transfer the power cord to my iPad. And the iPad died, and I didn't know it died. And so I was like freaking out. I'm like, if I just talked to you all for an hour and did not record it, I'm going to be so mad. Luckily, it cut off at the 45 minutes. So, I only lost 15 minutes of gab time. So I had to get up, watch it, get my power cord, plug my power cord in, and then watch where I left off so I can figure out what story I was in the middle of when it cut off. Oh, man, I tell ya. Okay, so with that, I was telling you about the felt stockings, and the felt stockings that I want to do are so cute, and they're kits. They come as a kit. And so I ordered one for my husband, one for myself, one for my grandson, and one for my granddaughter. And then I want to get those done eventually. And then as each grandchild comes in the future, I want to make a felt stocking for them and have it be like a tradition. And you leave them at Grandma's house, and if you come over to Grandma's house at Christmas time, that will be your stocking. So I don't know if I told all this or not, but I ordered the 4 stockings, and they came yesterday. I've never made them before. I don't know what the kit, how elaborate and how complicated it is. So I probably should have ordered one and done the one stocking first instead of ordering all 4. So if I end up not doing them for whatever reason, I might be reselling the kits. So if any of you have made the felt stockings before, Christmas stockings, please post any tips or tricks or words of wisdom or words of encouragement for me. So I got them yesterday, and they are really cute. This is going to be the one I picked for my granddaughter. But look at all the felt, and look at all this floss, and yeah, I don't know, sequins and beads. Oh my heck. I don't know what I got myself into. It's really cute. 18-inch. This is called Christmas Joy. And then for my grandson, Quade, I got him this one I guess doesn't have it. Oh, the Christmas Drive with the little red truck. How cute is that? And look at all the beads. And all those little teeny clear beads. Yowza. Yeah, so we'll see. I don't know. My plan is to work on my grandson's stocking first, since he's the oldest. He's 3, and get it tried. I'm gonna try to get it done this year. Then my goal is to work on my granddaughter's next, so she'll have it for next year when she will be old enough to realize that she doesn't have one. Because this year she's 8 months. She probably won't. I mean, she might. I don't know. But I think she won't realize she doesn't have one. And then next year I'll have hers done. And maybe if I get the hang of it, maybe I'll get my husband's and mine done. Who knows? So I got 4. I got 4 of these. Yep, I know. Like, I don't have enough projects as it is. My friend told me that I'm a bit overambitious. You know who you are. Oh my gosh. So what do you do? I don't know. So I think I need to, somehow my count is wrong, and I don't know why. 2, 3, 4. Like, everything I'm checking makes sense. But maybe, oh, I know why it looks like that. I just figured it out. Just ignore me. Okay, so anyway, I don't know what I've told you and what I haven't told you. So I should have probably watched what I told you guys already, because now I don't remember if I told you something or not. Anyway, I don't think I told you. I think I was talking about having Mrs. Flossy meet up. If I told you about this already, I'll just cut it out. But I really want to have Stitching with Mrs. Flossy, where we all meet in person somewhere. And we cross-stitch together. I don't know if like a Panera or a Starbucks or somewhere like that will let us stitch for an hour or so. And I know we can't do it right now with the whole COVID and all that. So basically we need to wait until that's over with. But once that's over with, I would really like to get together and stitch. Have Stitching with Mrs. Flossy. And we could meet, if we could find somewhere to meet up that had, where we could bring our own like potluck, that would be really fun. Maybe we could do it like once a month. I'm always jealous when I watch Pam and Steph and they talk about how they have the crock pot gatherings at their LNS. I think that's so cool. So I'm thinking that once we're able to get together and COVID is wrapped up, finding somewhere and hosting that. I think that would be so much fun. I've had a few of you mention you would like to get together and stitch, so I think that would be lots of fun. And if you're here locally, you can join in. And if you want to travel and join in, I would love it. I would love it. So I was trying to think of where we could have it, and I wish I had a clubhouse I could rent or something, so we wouldn't have to worry about like taking up a table somewhere and the waitress trying to run us off, or waiter trying to run us off and out of there. It would really be nice. Maybe one of you who live here locally have a clubhouse we could rent or something, or use. Whoops. So think about it. If you have any ideas, list or put it in the comments below. And let's try to figure that out. Let me know if you have interest and if you'd want to come, because I don't really know how many of you are local or willing to come once a month to stitch in person. So comment below, let me know, so I don't waste a lot of time thinking and planning this if nobody wants to do it. I had a few people over to my home, some of my close friends and my family, and we did cross stitching, and it was really fun. I was trying to teach a couple of them. They're new to cross stitch, and so it was a lot of fun. But anyway, the rest of the day today, I don't know what to make for dinner. I think that we need to have like a co-op of dinner exchange ideas. I'm so tired of all the things that I make for dinner. I'm burnt out. Last night my husband had some salmon and he fried it up. He put some batter on it and fried it. It was so good, dipping it in like homemade ranch. Do you make homemade ranch? I love making homemade ranch. It's so good. And I don't like the bottled ranch. And it's easy. You just get a ranch packet, a cup of milk, and a cup of mayonnaise, and you shake it up, and it is worth it. It is so good. You'll never go back to the bottled stuff after that. They even have a buttermilk ranch dressing, which is even better, but I never have buttermilk on hand. But if you had buttermilk on hand, that's even better. Like the buttermilk packet. You can just buy it in the dressing aisle. The packets are it's really good. So we had that for dinner last night. So what to make for tonight, I do not know. I think that it might be a good night for takeout. It's so much easier. I'm not used to having the kids all moved out. I'm used to, cooking for a tribe, and so every time I make food, we always make too much. We have a lot of leftovers. I need to learn how to downsize my cooking. And the nice thing too is being able to order takeout and not have it cost you $80 because you're not having to buy for everybody. It's different. Some good perks to having the kids move out. Because I was pretty sad when they moved out. I cried for days, but we won't go into that. But yeah. So just looking at this, I did miss a stitch. I got to go re-thread my blue and go back and do one stitch. Oh well. Not too big a deal. I learned how to do a pin stitch. There's a YouTube video I watched, and I've seen them do a pin stitch where they go in the middle, but I don't like it because it's not hidden by the X. It looks like you have a Smyrna kind of stitch going on. But I learned where you do a pin stitch. You go in the hole the first hole that you normally would go into. Then you go into the middle, like if you're going over two, and then you go to the top diagonal hole, your second spot, and you come up, and then you go back into the middle. And that pins your stitch, but it also at the same time makes your first leg. And so then when you do your second leg over the top, you can't see that you went into the middle. I don't know if that makes sense. If you're interested, I'll link the video I watched below in the comments. I'll just do that. I'll link it because it's confusing what I just said, but it's so cool because your pin stitch is hidden by your second leg, and you can't even tell that you did a pin stitch. And maybe that's common knowledge for all of you, but if you're new like I am, it was such a cool video because it was up close and it was really easy. So I'll link the YouTube video below for you to see. I keep my trash can right here to the side of my chair, so I'm not just throwing it on the carpet. Woo! I did it at my friend's house. I went over to my friend Kim's house, and we were stitching, and I was sitting at our dining room table, and it's the first time I ever stitched somewhere besides here in my own house, and I didn't have a little thread basket or anything, or a trash bag, and I was just stitching and talking away, and I was cutting threads and just flinging them into the air. I think I did, on my second one that I did, I realized what I was doing, and I was like, oh my gosh, I'm just throwing my threads on your floor. And we had a good old laugh, and she's like, that's okay, her mom does quilting. She goes, there's always threads all over the floor. And I'm like, I know, but it's not my house. I just snip throwing it, la da da, making myself right at home. Oh my gosh, it was funny. I'm crazy like that, I tell ya. Alright, so on this project I'm working on, I just chose some floss for my stash. I try to stitch from my stash as much as possible because I feel so guilty because I spend so much money on cross stitch. And I feel like if I keep buying patterns and stuff, I should at least use floss I already have and fabric that I already have, because to kind of offset the extensive stash collection I'm getting of patterns. And I kind of went back and forth with the whole debate of passing on your patterns or not, and helping the designers, And I like what Nisi Lynn had to say. She said that, I buy a lot of patterns, and I have, so I feel like I do my part to support the designers. I buy a lot of patterns. So I don't feel that passing on I decided that I don't feel that passing on the pattern after I'm finished is a bad thing. I'm not making a copy of it. I'm just giving the actual pattern, and maybe that will help encourage someone who's never stitched maybe a pattern by a certain designer to buy more patterns from that designer, because they end up liking the pattern so much, and the pattern and the designer. And so I noticed that there's a lot of floss tubers who do pass a stash, and there's a lot who don't. So it's a debate. And so if you don't like that, I'm sorry, I understand. And it's definitely, up to you how you want to do it. But I feel guilty throwing it away, and I feel guilty just letting it go to waste. Some people can't afford to buy patterns, and so maybe that will allow them to, if they're given a pattern, it will allow them to buy floss and fabric, which will also support the community. So that's how I feel about it for now. I could change my mind later, but I probably won't be passing a lot of patterns on, because I have a sister who cross stitch, who likes to cross stitch, and so and my other sister Tara's learning how to cross stitch right now, so they might take my patterns after I'm finished. But if I have a pattern they're not really interested in, I might pass that along here and there. So it'll be paired with pass a stash, paired with new pattern giveaways. I'm almost to 1,000 subscribers, and I have been collecting pass a stash and new patterns both to have a big giveaway. So I'm excited for that. That will be coming up soon, I think. And I just can't tell you how grateful I am for you all as a community, for your support and your kind words and your kindness. And I just really feel a connection to all of you, and I just love reading your comments. I look forward to them after each video. I know there's certain ones of you who always comment, and I look forward to your comments. And don't ever be afraid to tell me, hey, your lighting was crap, or I couldn't hear you. I've been struggling. I've been trying to find a good angle, a good spot. I've switched devices. I switched from regular camera, DSLR, like the regular camera. And I don't like it, the camera, and that's what I was using, because it would go in and out of focus so much, and I found that your phone and an iPad stays in focus. But now I'm dealing with sound and lighting problems. So I'm bouncing around spots, trying to figure out what spot I like best and what location I like best. I've bought a little microphone. I've bought lights. So just hang in there. Bear with me while I figure out the best scenario. I'm thinking I might move my normal video back into my front family living room area. I think that these windows are just too bright behind me for doing my normal video. So, I mean, I have to stitch in here because I need the lighting, but because I don't have a big lamp. But I probably will do my weekly videos back in the front room, because I think that these windows are too bright. So we'll see. You can weigh in on that. Let me know your thoughts on that, and let me know if you want me to do more Stitch With Me videos, if you thought this was fun. Sometimes I like to just listen to people on FlossTube and stitch, and so I'm hoping that maybe this will give you some new stories and new entertainment. I think I'm definitely at an hour, and I think that that's long enough. I don't want to make them longer than an hour. So I'm going to wrap this up here, and I'll probably do another video soon. I think it was fun just talking and stitching with you guys. I liked it. I don't think it was too distracting. If you don't mind, if quiet here and there while I figure out what I'm doing next or counting. I think it was fun. I think it was fun talking to you and just sharing more of my personal life and stories and letting you get to know me a little bit better. And I hope you're all doing well. And until next time, take care, get some stitching in, and we'll talk again soon. Bye.